What's up, Grumpy Nation? I am back today with another NECA product. I'm so stoked, let's go.
Grumpy Nerd! Geek-based reviews! Grumpy Nerd! It's our honest thing too! Join the Grumpy Nation! Grumpy!
Alright guys, I am back today with another figure review for you. But first I gotta say thanks to John over at Totally Horror.
Look at this dude. He fits like right over my face.
Check out his channel. I will leave a link in the description below. John and I have been cool for a long time, and he knows that I love me some NECA, and I love me some NECA Predators. So he sent me a figure to review. Thanks a lot, John. Like I said, go check out his channel. He doesn't only do horror. It's like an 80s / horror, just toys, everything. It's cool, man. You gotta go check it out. So go check out John over at Totally Horror. Now, John sent me a figure that is part of this cool NECA thing that they are doing. They are basically doing a tribute to the old Kenner Predator line, and the Kenner Predator line went kind of crazy in all these weird universes with all these intense, crazy Predators. I'm not really a fan of all the crazy ones that they did. I'm more of a fan of like the movie accurate Predators, but this one that I got today from John is a little less crazy and a little more subdued. I'm posing the question today to you guys, to NECA collectors out there, or Hot Toys collectors, or McFarlane collectors. Is NECA the new Hot Toys or the new McFarlane? Because when I was a kid growing up, McFarlane was the end-all be-all. And I remember seeing NECA figures at these certain places and going, these things are cheesy, man. They're like wannabe McFarlane figures. But now, I feel that way about McFarlane. I feel like McFarlane is cheesy and it's not the same. There's no posability to most of their figures. They look cool, they really do, but I think their art department got, I don't know what happened, but NECA, whoever they hired, whatever they've been doing, they are absolutely crushing the action figure game. Now, we've got a lot of companies out there trying to do these smaller, more detailed, like, you know, 1/12 scale figures, like the normal action figure size, I guess, 8-inch figures, like McFarlane has done for a long time. Hot Toys does the 1/6 scale, so you can do a lot more detail, but you're talking about $300. Now, these NECA figures for this 1/12 scale are literally 22, 24 bucks. That's ridiculous for the amount of detail and articulation that you get in these figures. I've seen, you know, Mezco's putting out some stuff right now called the 1/12, I forget what it's called, 1/12 or something like that. Super detailed, like DC and Marvel and stuff, and they look awesome, and they've got like cloth outfits on and everything, but man, these things are like 85 bucks, 80 bucks. If you go to a comic shop, maybe 100 bucks. Again, you're paying $100 for a NECA 1/4 scale giant 20-inch, you know, figure, or 22 bucks for these. So, anyways, we'll talk about that. I want to see what you guys think in the comments below about that. Let me know your thing. All right, so the figure that I got today is, again, it is the NECA Kenner tribute line, basically, and this is the Ghost Predator. Little schmeg on the packaging there. I had like a sticker stuck on it, which luckily I don't collect these things in box, so it doesn't bother me. But this figure is awesome. I love it. Now, funny enough, I have a lot of Alien 1/12 scale figures from NECA, but I don't have a lot of Predators. I only have actually one. Now, the packaging, you can see they did like the old school tribute to like the style that they were in the 90s. In the 90s, they had this kind of action figure packaging. I really like it. And on the back here, you can see the other two that you can get. Now, again, this one is just too much, man. Like, come on, dude. This is kind of cool, but this is like more like a legit Predator. So let's get into this thing now. Hopefully this won't be a bitch to open because NECA kills me with their twist ties, man. It's like cracking a safe. So out of the package, here he is. He is awesome. Super, super awesome. Now, the cool thing about this figure is it comes with a ton of accessories. And again, 22 bucks, 24 bucks, sometimes $19. And you get a ton of accessories with these guys. So you've got this spear. Now, it does not retract. Super long, but it's cool. Little throwing disc, which is awesome. He's got his shoulder cannon here. Little shoulder cannon. Very cool. It does move, and it broke. All right, it didn't break, but the rubber on that is super loose. So not the best articulation. I mean, it's kind of loose, but still cool nonetheless. Big old machete. I really like it. The paint detail is really cool on that. You can see it's kind of rusted looking and stuff. Now, this actually looks like the same one that came with my other Predator that I have, but... And then you've got this. Now, so instead of making an unmasked version only, they have it where you can put the mask on its face. Now, I'm not too sure how that's gonna work, so I'm gonna try it right now. Dude, that's amazing. It clicks in perfectly. Look at that. Woo! That is sick. I will put him up against my other Predator and I can show you what it looks like, but the detail on this guy is super dope. This is one thing I noticed about his claws. Now, most of these NECA figures have the retractable claws here, but this one's black. See that? It's pretty sweet. It's black. I like that. And then they did add this, which is great. A little flip-up computer, which on most of the old ones, they don't really have. I'm gonna switch the camera around and give you a better detailed look at this shit. I'm excited. John, thanks again for this figure. John will be running a giveaway for 3 NECA figures, hopefully soon. So click that link in the description below to his channel, Totally Horror. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Wait for his NECA. He loves NECA, man. So he's gonna have giveaways just like I will. So check out his channel. I'm gonna give you a detailed review here real quick about this dude, and I'm gonna put him up against my other one. And again, I posed the question to you guys. Is NECA the new Hot Toys? I mean, I don't have $300 to spend on these figures, but I got 20 bucks. And these $20 figures, I could have a sick collection of $20 figures that look amazing and super detailed. Plus you get into the 1/4 scale that are only 100. I just love it, guys. I love NECA. What NECA is doing is changing the game, I feel like. I mean, it's almost too much. They have so much awesome stuff, great licensing. So yeah, answer my question down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Now, I know you're gonna say, well, they're more detailed and yada, 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 but think about what you're getting for the price, okay? That's all I'm asking. What you're getting for the price, is NECA the new Hot Toys, or is NECA fully replaced McFarlane? I believe so. All right, guys. All right, guys, now there he is. He is badass. I gotta say, I do love this figure. Now, there are some things that I don't love about it. Obviously, they use the same sculpt as the other Predators, so there is the mesh here on his legs and on his body, but they painted over it like it was his skin. But up close, you can tell that the mesh is still there from the previous sculpt, which is not a huge deal. They actually covered it in the packaging. It said something about his thermal mesh that's like invisible or something, so kind of smart that they did that. As you can see, the shoulder cannon fit on there okay. It does hide his dreads, which I don't love. You can pull them out, but it's kind of tight, so I don't know. Then they got this little bone necklace here that's kind of cool. His articulation is great. I mean, he's just like the other Predators. I really do love this guy. The paint details are fantastic on him. Here you can see, if we pull it up close here, the paint apps on his head right here are really cool. Just got like this iridescent kind of weird white kind of sheen to it. Very cool. I really like this. And the articulation again is the same, you know, wrist swivels, the elbow joint bends here. They did add this ab crunch, which is pretty cool. You can see the seam right here where he does have like a little ab crunch. It's nothing crazy, but you know, it's got a little bit. That gun is pissing me off, man. I don't really care. Once I pose him a certain way, I kind of leave him that way, so it's fine. Now, again, the one thing I don't like about him is his eyes. His eyes, they didn't do a great job, and I actually might dab a little black ink on there, or like black paint, and kind of black out his eyeballs, just so that white spot isn't there. It just kind of looks weird, but I do like the closed mandibles. The paint detail on the mandibles is just awesome. They got this little orange kind of bits going in here. I mean, it just looks great, man. Look at the detail on the dreads. This armor looks great. Real cool brushed looking metal. He's got a little loincloth here. It's, you know, rubber, but it looks kind of like leather. The disc does indeed fit in this little side piece, which is great. Predator 1, pretty much Predator 1 feet. Now look, peg holes. That's a homage again to the Kenner line here. But I really do love this figure. He looks more movie accurate than the other Kenner tribute figures. They're just a little too much for me. But look at that, man. Just a fantastic paint app, fantastic detail. And again, 20 bucks, man. 20 bucks, and you're getting a ridiculous figure. Now I'm gonna put this helmet back on because I love this thing. You can see inside the helmet. I mean, it's even detailed inside there. It's freaking awesome, dude. Look at that. I mean, that is sick. Now, his helmet does look a little dirtier than the rest of his armor. It's a little more worn, but they got the brown kind of paint apps here. Looks like copper, brown throughout, like brushed over it. It's just great, man. That is a badass figure. Look at that. I love it. Now, his skin is a little white, so it does lose some detail in the hands and stuff. They didn't really go too crazy in there. Kind of just spotted on the little dots there. It wasn't a great job on the hands, but the body has a much better paint app. Just great. It kind of annoys me how you can see the joints there, a little white. Now the neat thing is if you bend them, the knee pads pretty much cover that up. So if you want to have him standing straight up, but I like to pose him a little bit more than just straight up. I don't know. The paint app on the Elder Predator is weird, man. He's like super dark gray. But he does have a lot more accessories. I mean, he's got like little, well, I lost the little ring, but there's like a little ring that goes in his mouth. Almost looks like the same sculpt. Almost. I want to say it's very, very close. Same shin guards and armor on the base there. Their armor is very, very similar, if not the same exact. Look at that. I'm pretty sure that's the same sculpt. Now, without the helmet, you can really tell that they're the same. That's the same sculpt, right? It's got to be. So he doesn't have any shoes on. The Ghost Predator does, but with the helmet, it makes him look a little taller and thicker. I like these, man. These are sick. And these are both almost movie accurate. This one has a lot more accessories as far as on his body. He's got a sheath for his blade, which this one does not. Necklace, and his dreads are painted differently. So definitely different enough. It's amazing what you can do with paint and some different accessories to make these look completely different. And I just love the fact that you can put this helmet on and off. I love that. That's what they should do with all of them. I love that. I think that's a great, fantastic idea. And like I said, you're getting so many accessories. I mean, these are 8-inch figures and they are detailed. I mean, look at the face on this guy. Like, look at his face. That is awesome. Now, see, those are how the Predator eyes should look. Real sunken in, real tiny. I love that. So, if I only had if I had a gripe about the Ghost Predator, it would be definitely that his eye sculpt or his eye paint is not very good. It's definitely not very good, but I do love the fact that I can keep the helmet on him, which I probably will, since this face is almost the same anyway. I love these figures. NECA is slaying the game right now. They are absolutely crushing it. Thank you again to John from Totally Horror. And if you guys love Predators and you love NECA, keep watching my channel. Subscribe if you have not. Thumbs up if you want to see me do more action figures, more NECA figures. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Thanks again for watching. Grumpy Nation, I'm still holding on. I hope you are too. Thanks a lot. Late.